You only live once, right? No, you live every day. You die once. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing amazing. This is David Hoffman from Davidsbeenhere coming at you bright and early in Kyiv, Ukraine. Today I'm so excited. I'm pumped because I'm gonna see how they make some traditional Ukrainian breakfast here at Shul, which means what? This is like a modern restaurant, but they have traditional food and the interior looks amazing. I can't wait to share it with you. And then after this, we're going to Kiev Pechersk Lavra, which is like the holiest place in Orthodox religion here in Kyiv. My friend.
Yeah, good morning. You ready for Ukrainian breakfast?
I think so. I need a coffee. My friend, how are you? Everything good? Look at this restaurant. So super high ceilings, very white. I love this. So you were saying this is like how clay houses or villages used to be, right?
Yeah. This clay, and on top they were painting it white. Yes, this is bringing us all the way back to Ukrainian traditional architecture.
And also they bought houses from the Carpathian Mountains, you know, south of Lviv, so super west Ukraine, and they implemented the wood.
All these wooden parts. Also the chandeliers that you see, like beehives, yes, from the yesterday bees. Yes, they are not made of the beehives, real beehives, but they made to remind us the beehives, the pottery, also the chandeliers over there.
The restaurant's pretty big. This is the first level. We're going upstairs. There we're gonna eat, and we're gonna get the master class, right? Let's go. You know, this reminds me of some places I've been to in Greece, also Morocco, just the white, you know, white with the wood. It's beautiful. Look at this. It doesn't end, huh? The restaurant just keeps going.
It's spacious and makes you feel really closer to nature.
Yeah, we are in like the CBD district, right? So this is like the business area. But look at this restaurant. I love the wood. So you said these big beams are from houses in the mountains. Look at this.
They bought the house from Carpats and brought the pieces of it, because all the architecture in Carpats is wooden, unlike the other parts of Ukraine. There are many forests there, and they implemented it in the local interior. So it's really breathing the history.
Look at this bread.
Bread.
Oh man, this bread is nice. Massive bread.
Here is
the chef. Looks so good. Hello, dober den.
Ina.
I love this restaurant. It is incredible. It's huge. It's minimalistic, super high ceilings. I love all the chandeliers. It is really pretty. And we're gonna go do the master class right here in this kitchen. All right, mask on. Yes. Oh, I love this. Do I keep it in the end? I know. It's awesome. Beautiful. I'm ready.
Yeah, Ina, the chef of the restaurant, she was explaining that really the tradition is the same with khinkali, with ravioli. It's pretty much very similar dough, but what is different, it's the proportion of the ingredients that they're using. And let's say, for example, for ravioli, for pasta, the dough is more thick and they're using eggs. Here, for vareniki in Ukraine, they don't use eggs. There can be different basics for the dough. Kefir, milk, depends on the region in Ukraine, but the dough is softer.
So here at Shul, they do a few different types of varenikis. This one they're making is with pork and beef, so a little different, right? And then they also have some sweet ones. Sometimes they stuff it with potatoes, sometimes with cheese. I mean, it really depends. Berries as well.
Cabbage.
Oh, this is amazing, awesome. So we're gonna eat this one, and then they also have here for me, right? This is for me. I'm gonna try. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna show you how to make some of these dumplings. She already stuffed them, right? Vareniki. So I'm just gonna go like this, right? So I'll grab one. Let's see. There's a method to this, right? There's an art. So okay. So you push it down, fold, and then like that. Yeah, these are. She stuffed this one a little too much. Okay. So no. Yeah. Mine's never pretty. Look at the difference. Horrible.
Очень красиво.
Alright, let me try one more. So, best thing to do is go like this, right? Grab it, and then just close, stuff it a little bit, right? Try to get it, all the meat inside, and then I'm not the best at this. I'm not a cook. This is not my forte, but it's okay. Really bad.
Очень красивый.
It was
Лучше уже.
okay. Well, you think good? I think horrible. So we're making 3 different types of varenikis. We're making the mix of pork and beef, which has been boiled before. We're doing the potatoes, and we're doing a mix of cabbage and fermented cabbage. So fresh cabbage and fermented cabbage. That looks so good. So it's 3 different tastes completely, right? And all this eventually gets boiled, and then we eat. And now it's time to boil the vareniki. So she heated up a big pot, right? Boiling water, puts the vareniki in. 5 minutes later, it's ready. That's how simple it is. Oh, can't wait.
A little bit salt to the boiling water, right?
Yeah. So the varenikis are ready. Let's go to the table and let's eat. Oh, vodka.
For vodka, it's horilka.
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 You're not in the Ukraine if you're not trying some delicious vodka for breakfast. And this is from number 9, right? So it's a small batch. So, budmo. Whew. It's nice. It's not so strong. Nice and crisp though. It's super chilled, huh? Like frozen. Okay. Now we're going on to the vegetables. The vareniki. Oh, I can't wait. This looks so good. I know there's more food coming. Always. Like 10 more dishes. Oh my god, that's a lot. What do we have here?
Yeah, there's like 6 dishes on the table. Vareniki, 2 kinds. Then fermented vegetables. Golubtsi, which is cabbage rolls. Chicken Kiev, it's must taste when you are in Kiev. Syrniki, which are cheesecakes. Local style. What else? Bloody sausage.
She had me at bloody sausage. Oh man, like Margarita said, there's so many dishes here. This is incredible. We're gonna start off with the vareniki. So 2 different types here. Obviously we have the pork and the beef, right? And I think it's either potato or the other one we saw, which is the cabbage, right? And we also have this he's supposed to put on the side. So it's lard with
Fried onion.
with fried onions. Wow. So you mix that together and also get some of these vegetables. So here we have, you know, some mushrooms. I'll get this. Nice. Oh, I cannot wait. Eat it whole, right? See that? Oh, wow. Wow. Boiled pork and beef. So good. Another dish, huh? Vareniki with cherry.
Yeah.
With cherry.
Yeah, enjoy.
Oh man, thank you. So I'm gonna get 2 of these beautiful vareniki with cherry. Oh my gosh. This is too much. Like, this is absolutely incredible. Do you want some? You know what? That one's so hot, it has to go straight in my mouth. Cherries just pop. Oh my gosh. What a great meal. Eggplant, right? Mixed with some spices. Beautiful, look. Like it just burst out. The cherries, I know, look at that. I gotta mix this with some of that lard, right? Still really good. So lard with onions. And get some of this. Sour cream, so good. Oh, and I love these mushrooms. You know, some people have problems with the blood sausage. I love it. So this is blood sausage, and instead of rice, there's buckwheat inside. It's a big one, so I'm gonna cut it in half. Just falls apart. Yeah, just like morcilla. The taste is different with the buckwheat. So it's nice and soft, a little mushy. The outside, you have a nice layer. I know every plate here is gonna be amazing. Like, everything is so good. Okay, so I have both the cabbage, right? And then this is the chicken cutlet. Chicken Kiev cutlet. I love cutlet. Inside, juicy, Outside crispy, like amazing. What a taste, huh? So any dish that has the name Kyiv in it, you have to have in Kyiv. Nah, I'm joking with you guys. That is so good. So good. And this is stuffed cabbage, right? Cabbage roll? It's a tomato-based sauce, right? It's orange, but it tastes more like tomatoes. Margarita's telling me to get some of the sour cream and put it on top of that. Well, one of my favorite things on the planet are stuffed grape leaves or stuffed cabbage. And obviously my father's Hungarian, so I'm all about the cabbage life. Cabbage all day. This is like to die for. So this is how they serve here the bread, right? So they use no yeast for the bread. And they're saying the most popular one is the buckwheat, right? Buckwheat. So good. Love buckwheat. And it came with like 4 different, I guess like mashes, right? And this one, it almost looks like pate. This is In case you guys didn't see me eating in canapa, I love pate. There it's guinea fowl, here I'm pretty sure it's duck. Oh, it's delicious. Syrniki, cottage cheese, egg, flour, and then fried. And the way you do it is you get some of the sour cream in my thing there, right on top, like that. It's dessert, yeah, jam inside. So it's like Kyiv chicken style syrniki, the look. But inside, once you bite into it, it's almost like a cheese guayaba pastelito in Miami. So it is, I don't know exactly what fruit this is, but it's probably a cherry, right? Like a cherry jam mixed with the cottage cheese. So sweet. Oh, I love it. It's like falling apart, crumbly. I can't get enough of the vareniki. It's too yummy. These are incredible. Plus I made them, right? Sort of. It's a potato one.
Vitamin C cocktail with wild berries. It's called mors. And here specifically they have cranberries puree with sugar and water in it. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
За здоровье.
За здоровье.
Yeah, to your health.
what do you like?
I like it all, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. The food is endless. Actually, it's not endless. It's in my belly. These guys are too much. They're giving me 3 presents. So this is pottery, locally made here in Kyiv. Beautiful. So the plate says show. They also giving me this incredible plate where you put the bread, right? And then 3 little cups where you put butter, you know, pate, whatever you want. And over here, this is pottery. Says
Drunk cup.
Yeah, drunk cup. A drunk cup.
Yes. It's unstable. We have to.
Yeah, but it's for coffee, right? For coffee. Oh, I love it. And they're giving me 2 bottles of vodka as well. 1 for men, 1 for women. 1 sweet, 1's extremely alcoholic. Man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Too much, too much. This place is incredible. You have to come here, eat their food when you are in Kyiv. I mean, this place is just absolutely beautiful. The food is delicious and the staff is incredible. All right, next up, we're going to basically the holiest place here in Ukraine.
We needed to have some food for being grounded. This is basically the business area. Mainly offices and business centers around. But in the neighborhood from here, it's Kiev Pechersk Lavra. So it's business and holiness coexist almost in the same area.
Okay, so how far is it?
It's another 5 minutes drive with the traffic, but it's really the same district. It's called Pechersk district because of Kiev Pechersk Lavra. The monastery itself, it gives the name to the whole district.
5-minute drive later, and we're here at the Park of Glory, which is basically a memorial for the Ukrainians who passed away during World War II. So they have an eternal flame here. It's a beautiful park. Wow, and it looks over the entire city on that side.
On the highest part of Kiev, there will be a gorgeous, breathtaking view to the left side residential area, to the river as well. There are kilometers of parks. Kiev is really green city, and park after park, 20 kilometers that goes parks.
If you guys don't know, this is one of the greenest cities
In Europe, 50% of the territory covered by the green areas. This is not the main entrance, we will see it from the column, but here it's the alley of the hero cities. You see the fir trees on both sides, they are put here on the 35th anniversary of the victory, and by representatives of the hero cities.
This is like the alley of glory. Each tree here on the bottom, as you can see, it basically commemorates the hero cities, or cities that had a significant battle during World War II. At the very end, we have this huge column or huge pillar, right? And that is for the unknown soldiers. You know, they passed away and no one knew who they were.
Lost in the battles, there are so many still in search. There's also Alley of Heroes, we just passed the statue. It's the pilot Kozhedub who had like 50 shot airplanes by Luftwaffe that he shot during the battles in the sky. One of these battles were also above Kiev sky. Eternal flame, and here is again we have this view very much thanks to what was done by these people here.
So this is basically, these are the heroes of Ukraine for World War II.
This is the Central Glory alley. There are on both sides, there are 34 graves of the people who were liberating the city. Those were the very first soldiers after 2 years of liberation, because Kiev was under Nazi occupation during 41-43. So these were the very first step into the city after Kiev was liberated in November 43. But again, it's not just the liberation operation, but it's also the fight for Kiev and the beginning of the war on the territory of former Soviet Union. And it's the official date here is June 22nd, 1941, when the World War II started for Soviet Union. It was the date when Nazi attacked Kiev from above. So the very first bombs were dropped to Kiev. That was the beginning. And the fight for Kiev is important because they managed to stop and slow down Nazi army. So the rest of the time, the rest of the army had time to prepare themselves for the rest of the battle, and blitzkrieg never happened, this immediate war.
So right next to the Eternal Flame, we have the Dnieper River. So right bank, left bank, and this is Old Kyiv. Why is Old Kyiv built here? Obviously just a natural fortress, right? Super high hill. And the other side's very flat, lots of residential towers. And in front of us we have a bunch of cranes because they're building another museum. And what is this behind us, this candle?
The candle is the upper part of the Museum of Famine. It's another tragedy of Ukrainian people during the Soviet period when Stalin wanted to destroy Ukrainian nation. It's considered to be Ukrainian genocide. Basically what they did, they took away all the food that Ukrainian people in the villages produced and take them away from people, leaving them die of starvation. So again, there is more than 10 million people who died during 1 year during the starvation, during famine.
So basically during the famine, more people died in that 1 year than they did during the entire World War II. It's crazy. So we're gonna
go and see.
Let's go that way? Okay. So as Margarita mentioned, this was basically the Ukrainian genocide. You call it the Holodomor genocide, 1932 to 33, 10 million people died. And you know, this is a prime example of many millions of children, right? Millions of children who would take some wheat, some 5 straws, right, from the field.
Yeah.
And instead of letting them keep it to eat, they would just send them to Siberia.
Death sentence for that.
Death sentence.
For 5 straws, yeah.
Incredible. Now we're making our way to the monastery. Kiev Pechersk Lavra.
Yeah, Pechersk means caves.
Okay.
It's part of the monastery inside the caves.
Part of it is inside caves.
Underground.
Wow, okay, awesome. And on the way, as you can see, many old churches, but we're going to the main event. Let's go. What's the cost to enter?
It's 130 to enter the site and also to go all the way to the top of the bell tower.
So if you don't want to go to the top of the bell tower, it's just 100, right? Okay, let's go inside. Unfortunately, the entrance is under renovation, but here to the left and the right, there's these beautiful murals, really, really old murals of the saints. And we can see them in the caves, right? Underground. So you can see tombs, and some of them are like mummified, right? Natural mummification, which is something you can see also in the Vatican.
People go there and pray. This is like a pilgrimage to the place.
Yeah, exactly.
The Holy Trinity Gate Church, and they call it the Arch of Purification. Once you enter this holy site through this gate, your sins left behind. You're washed away and reborn.
And as you enter, you can see over here, this is the 11th century church, right?
Yes.
Incredible.
The original bricks.
The original bricks. Wow. Awesome. And this place is massive. If you really want to see the whole thing, I'd say you need at least 4 to 5 hours. We're just doing the main sites here.
The upper part where we are, it belongs to the National Preserve under protection of UNESCO. It's one of UNESCO sites. And the lower part belongs to the monastery. It's an acting monastery with 120 monks living there. We enter through the main gates, and the road goes to the main cathedral. It's the Mission of Virgin Mary Church, the biggest and the main church of Ukraine.
And right here we have the bell tower. So we bought access to go up there, 30 to go up there. It's 100 to enter, 30 to go up.
96.5 meters, and there was a law in the city for a long time that nothing could be built higher than the bell tower of Kiev Pechersk Lavra.
First thing we're gonna do is go up to the top of the bell tower. Okay, lots of steps, right? No elevator.
Rich in heaven. Only 35 meters up.
That's it?
But the total height, it's 96.5.
So you get to go like 1/3 of it, but from there you get awesome views over everything. And one thing I'll let you know is that right now it is like May 13th or 14th, and it is still really cold here in Kyiv. And it gets colder as you make your way up in this monastery. I'm out of breath. I mean, we're going fast. A minute break. No, I'm joking, let's keep going. As soon as you step out here, you can see the cathedral, beautiful golden domes. Over here to the right, we have the river, really beautiful. And over there, what statue is that next to the flag?
The Motherland statue. The part of World War II Museum. And the statue, it's 15 or 16 meters taller than Statue of Liberty, one of the top biggest statues of the world.
And obviously, walk around the entire thing. You get 360-degree views over all of Kyiv. And as you said before, this was the height limit, 50 years ago. You couldn't build higher than this. Now, as you can see, Kyiv has grown. Lots of skyscrapers everywhere. Chile, Eastern Europe in May. You're always gonna feel that breeze. Oh, I love it. Yeah, they put the hazard here, and I hit my head earlier. Oh my God. So we're going, keep going up?
Yes.
You have to be able to see the bells in a bell tower, right? Wow, the views get better and better. So here we have massive bells, like 5 huge bells. Over there we have like a dozen bells, and he has like a lever. You pull as one, and then it connects all, right?
There's a big significance of the bells in Orthodox Christian tradition. The bell's supposed to remind you about every 15 minutes. Bell rings supposed to remind you about eternal values in life. That's serious.
Serious stuff.
Serious.
Way better views up here. Obviously we're about, let's say 15 feet higher. And over here behind us we have what used to be the residences of the monks. That is part of the museum now, so the monks have all moved to the other side, outside, right? The bottom part. Okay. All right, so let's go down to the caves, right? Oh, I'm freezing. So the caves are in there?
Not yet, but it's on the way.
Okay. Wow. Beautiful. So this is a chapel, right? Like a big...
It's also a church used for winter services.
Winter services, wow. So it's just one big dome, basically.
The biggest in the Ukraine.
Biggest dome in Ukraine, this one. Wow. So on the top, you have, a mix of angels. That's Jesus?
Yeah,
okay.
Jesus
Well, I've never seen him with a hat like that.
Yeah, as a supreme king.
Oh, Supreme King, okay.
Okay.
Very dark, it's very old. Obviously, how old is this church?
It's the end of the 19th century. And it's made on purpose because the only light, it's Jesus.
Besides the church, there's a dining room for the monks, right? So it used to be a dining room, obviously it's not anymore, but very beautiful paintings all over the place, so depictions of the Bible everywhere, right? It's gorgeous. This feels like I'm stepping back like 500 years entering a church like this.
This church was built in the end of the 19th century, but on purpose in order to remind people. They use this architecture to remind about Byzantine Empire times, because Christianity was brought to Kiev, Rus, from Byzantine Empire, so to remind people about the roots of Christianity. So it looks like Hagia Sophia in Constantinople.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it really teleports you back 500, 1,000 years. Very similar to Hagia Sophia in terms of the interior, right? Really beautiful, incredible. Love it. Lots of gold, lots of dark colors. All right, cave time. Let's go to the caves. People come here and spend more than half the day. Why? Because it's a huge complex. You know, over here we have the cathedral, and the caves are like all the way down there. So it's gonna take us like 10 minutes to get there. We're gonna run though.
Yes.
Let's run.
Speedily. So we are here in the cave, so we're about to enter the caves. For women, it's obligatory to wear a scarf and to be dressed like a woman. So there are skirts that you can get at the entrance to borrow them. And also you buy the candle in order to light up your way. There's the way on the picture here, how you're supposed to hold the candle so it doesn't burn you.
So there's 13 steps symbolizing Jesus Christ and the 12 apostles. And you definitely need a light, because if not, if you don't have a candle, there's nowhere to see down here.
Right now there is no people, but usually it's kind of crowded, so you have to keep the distance in order not to burn somebody in front of you. And in all the days, these caves were built as a residential place. Monks used to live here, used to pray here underground.
The cave monastery is very narrow, extremely dark, and what you can see in there is a few different chapels and mummified saints. And this is how monks used to live before the 11th century, because land was expensive, so they just went into caves.
Yeah. Okay. Also, they felt like hermitage. There is this hermits who lived underground.
Exactly. And now we're gonna make our way back up to cathedral. I'm already out of breath. This is the Dormition of the Virgin Mary Cathedral. This is not the original. It's reconstructed in 2000. The original is right here, or a piece of it's right here. It was bombed in 1941. And unfortunately, we can't go inside with cameras. So that's basically our day.
Yeah, we started today with a Ukrainian restaurant. What?
Sure.
Exactly, you got
means
it.
what? Yeah, we had an amazing time there. The staff is incredible. Big shout out to them. The food was delicious. We saw how to make the
vareniki.
Vareniki. Saw how to make vareniki. I made some myself. I messed it up. My favorite thing there was a mix of the vareniki, the blood sausage, what else? The cabbage roll, the
golubtsi,
and some of that vodka. So good. And then we made our way over here. We started, you know, over there where the Eternal Flame is. We saw a little bit of that World War II area, right? The memorial. Yeah. Then made our way over here and saw this entire complex. Went to the top of the bell tower, best views. You walk around, go down to the caves, and that's basically what we could do. You could spend many more hours exploring, but that's it for us, right? All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. Comment below. Subscribe to my channel for more awesome travel content. We'll see you in the next travel food adventure in Kyiv, Ukraine. Let's go eat some food.